than any allergy medication ever. Benadryl Elixirs from Park Davis.
You're watching KSTP-TV, Minnesota's News Channel 5.
Live from Minnesota's News Channel, KSTP Channel 5, this is Eyewitness News Morning.
Good morning, everyone. It's 6 o'clock on a Thursday morning, September the 17th.
Thursday, almost to the weekend. Won't be long.
Yes.
Karen Falloon is upstairs with today's weather and what's happening. Karen?
Today's weather is kind of soggy. That's the best way to describe it, soggy. Where there hasn't been some light rain, drizzle and light fog have prevailed, and that's over much of central and southern Minnesota this morning. Right now here in the Twin Cities, we have cloudy skies. The light rain seems to be on the northern side of the metro area this morning. 63 degrees, the dew point is 61, the relative humidity 93%. Winds are out of the north now at 9 miles an hour, and the pressure is holding steady. We do have that light rain on the north side of the metro area and over much of central Minnesota. We'll take a look at the radar laps and live color radar in about 5 minutes.
All right, I don't know if I can say I'm looking forward to that because it doesn't sound too good. Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen.
2 men are hospitalized this morning after an apparent double stabbing in South Minneapolis. Witnesses say the 2 men were arguing with 3 other men outside a bar on Cedar Avenue. According to the witnesses, who turned away just for a moment, the next thing they saw were the 2 victims on the ground bleeding. The 3 other men had run away. Police are looking for suspects this morning.
A strange twist in a Bloomington murder case. Police say they arrested the wrong man for the murder of Sherry Severson. Terry Sundett will go free this morning. Instead, police are accusing a neighbor. Lou Harvin shows us why police changed their minds.
When Bloomington police were analyzing the crime scene early Monday, many of the residents of the Country Inn apartment stood quietly outside. James Tracy Slowinski was one of them who agreed to talk with Channel 5 News.
An alarm went off, you know, a clock alarm, clock radio.
If it was, you know, it's music.
So, yeah, this is weird, though. Just, you know, with that stuff with her, too, I don't like that.
Bloomington police say that's the same story he gave them Monday, suggesting he was asleep during the time of Sherry's murder. But police now say evidence examined by the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension directly links Slowinski to Sherry's murder. They would not elaborate. Bloomington police say they realized they had the wrong man, Terry Michael Sundett, after he passed their lie detector test.
The polygraph confirmed what we at that time already pretty much believed because of the physical evidence. Immediately after that, we went to obtain a search warrant for Mr. Slowinski and contents in his apartment.
Slowinski, who was arrested at his Bloomington apartment Wednesday, is expected to be formally charged by Friday. I'm Lou Harvin reporting for Eyewitness News Morning.
Police will release Terry Sundett this morning at 9 o'clock. Last night, Sundett spoke with Eyewitness News on the phone about the case. He says he isn't upset with police or reporters for naming him as a suspect, but he admits he was worried about going to jail for something he didn't do.
Well, I was just waiting for the final outcome, you know, if it had to go to court and what the final verdict would have been. It was all that was on my mind.
Sundett says he's not worried what people will say about him being a suspect. He says he worries, though, about what it has done to his family. He says he's also mourning his friend's death. Sherry Severson's funeral is scheduled for today in Apple Valley.
Northwest Airlines is suing its largest union. Airline officials say the union is illegally slowing down their work. But union officials say Northwest is trying to blame the union for the airline's high number of customer complaints and delayed flights. Northwest is asking for $20 million in damages. Kevin Berger talks with both sides in our second half hour.
Authorities in Ely, Minnesota continue to look for a black bear that may be responsible for mauling 2 men in separate instances. 19-year-old Tyson Crowder was on a solo camping trip when a bear came into his campsite.
I backed up toward the water, and then he charged me. And he went up on his hind legs and grabbed me by the neck and was biting me in the neck and the head.
Doctors say Crowder is permanently scarred because of the attack, but he is lucky to be alive. Campers are being warned to avoid the Lady Boot Bay Wabang Lake area. That's in the Boundary Waters canoe area. Crews searching for the bear have orders to shoot to kill. The time right now is 6:05 on a Thursday morning. It's 62 degrees. Actually, it's a Thursday morning, right?
Yes, it is.
Meteorologist Karen Falloon shows us weather. It will clear up today.
And Kevin Berger will also show us this week's Thursday's Child, so it must be Thursday. We'll have that a little later on Eyewitness News Morning.
1.9 financing, rebates to $1,000. But hold on, Merritt Chevrolet, the mega volume dealer, goes even farther. Credit restrictions? What credit restrictions? Hey, if you've never owned a new car before, today own a brand new 87 Nova for just $27 a week. Or make your neighbors jealous in a loaded 87 Celebrity for just $35 a week. What do? Get off the couch. Put the family in the trade. See us now before time and selection run out at Merritt Chevrolet, I-94 and Century Avenue, across from 3M in St. Paul.
Nice home, isn't it? Well, it does have a few problems. Insects, mice, and other unwanted pests. You know, that's not unusual. Many homes can get pests. When folks give Bradley Exterminating a call for help, we offer them fast service with no fuss and no muss at a very reasonable cost. If you have a problem at your home, give Bradley Exterminating a call. If we listed the fine homes just like yours that we've serviced, you'd be amazed. Give us a chance to amaze you. Call Bradley Exterminating in the Twin Cities area, 861-4161.
How can you have a home-cooked meal without being home to cook it? Easy, with the Rival Crock-Pot Slow Cooker. From simple soups to gourmet meals. Be creative. There's an endless number of delicious possibilities. The Crock-Pot Slow Cooker with removable stoneware. Yeah, now you're cooking.
.606, 62 degrees in the Twin Cities. 24 countries yesterday signed a treaty to help preserve the Earth's ozone layer. A United Nations meteorologist says life on Earth was at risk within a century without the treaty. The ozone layer blocks out the sun's harmful rays that cause skin cancer. Chemicals have already depleted the ozone by 3 to 7%. The treaty will force manufacturers of the harmful chemicals to find substitutes. That's indeed good news.
Mm-hmm. Certainly is. We need that protection.
I wish we could continue good news here, but it's going to take an abrupt stop right now.
It's going to go downhill. Actually, we have had some drizzle and light fog, mostly over the metro area during the night. Since about midnight, though, the area of rain to the north of the metro area has been increasing in intensity and aerial coverage. Moving to the west, you'll notice, at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Most of the light rain has been on the northern side of the metro area. As this moved through St. Cloud, it left a little over a ½ an inch of rain just since midnight. Right now on the radar, we are still picking up that large area rain that extends from northwestern Wisconsin to the north side of the metro area. Showers become a little more scattered out to the west of the Twin Cities area and over west central Minnesota, but it's still moving to the west at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Now, this area of rain should start to sink slowly to the south so that much of the metro area will see some rain today. And if there's not light rain, then there will be the drizzle and light fog. Right now, we have cloudy skies with the light rain on the north side of the metro area, 62 degrees the temperature. The dew point is 60, the relative humidity 93%. Winds are out of the north at 10 miles an hour, and the pressure is 29.72 and rising. We're in this soup and will be for a while because there's one low pressure spinning over Iowa this morning, and that, of course, is keeping much of the upper Midwest cloudy. But note, out to the west of us, there's another low pressure that's pushing through the Dakotas right now, getting a little bit of moisture from the southwestern corner of the country. This is a strong system at the moment, should form another low pressure over the Dakotas. Of course, that means scattered showers at least right through Friday and possibly into Saturday. By midday today, we have cloudy skies still with us, light rain and drizzle, 66 degrees. This afternoon, 68, occasional rain, mostly cloudy otherwise. Tonight, the occasional rain continues with temperatures 55 to 59 degrees. Again, note, there's not much change in the temperature, not very much variation from the lows to the highs. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy, scattered showers. There's a good chance of that, and 62 to 66 for highs.
Maybe clear up by this weekend.
Well, I'm holding out hope for Saturday afternoon into Sunday, but it looks like the end of the weekend right now.
Okay.
Look at his face.
62 degrees in the Twin Cities and yucky. Let's check on the traffic conditions now with Marianne Sullivan in Metro Traffic Control. Marianne?
Good morning. We have the green light on the system, and you're right, a little bit yucky this morning. Drizzle falling in portions of the metro and some fog in the low-lying areas, so use some caution. And you'll find traffic building through the Newport area this morning. Highway 61 between 494 and approaching 94, right now holding at the posted speed limits. And, of course, another reminder, 169 at the Champlain Bridge. That continues single lane both directions funds. It's an emergency road repair, and they have scheduled that over the next 3 to 4 weeks on a 24-hour-a-day basis, so plan an alternate route. I'm Marianne Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
All of us are shaped by our families, and this morning on Thursday's Child segment, we meet a boy who needs a permanent home to shape him as he grows up.
This morning, Kevin Berger introduces us to Richard, a 4th grader seeking a loving family of his own.
We met Richard just a few days after his 10th birthday, so we had a party at Chuck E. Cheese's. Richard thought a second celebration was a fine idea.
I'm having a great time. I like Chuck. He's a pretty nice mouse.
Part of the fun included a run at the games. Richard really enjoyed the hockey table. But he really shone at a game called skee-ball. He rolled up the points enough to win some prizes. Richard is a very intelligent boy, but an unstable background has contributed to behavior problems. His social worker believes finding a family that can give him firmness, stability, and love is crucial to his future.
Because of lacking stability from an infancy on, that not having that in his life has really taken a big part of his social skills, his emotional balance, and affected his behavior. He's real used to being defeated or not having things work out for him. So he does have special needs. He's a real special person too.
If you have room in your family for Richard or any of Minnesota's other waiting children, please reach out. Call 646-6393 for more information.
200 years ago today, the U.S. Constitution was signed. Yesterday, students at Olson Elementary got a head start on the bicentennial celebration by spelling out the first 3 words of the Constitution's preamble, "We the People." We'll tell you about some other celebrations planned locally a little later on. Well, in Oklahoma City yesterday, school kids gave a musical salute to the Constitution on kazoos. The kids also dressed up in 18th century clothes to sign a huge copy of the Constitution. Well, it's 6:12 right now on a Thursday morning. Next up in sports, the NFL strike is starting to look more and more like it's inevitable.
And the Twins are coming home from a trip to Chicago that they'd just as soon forget. Joe Schmidt has the details in just a moment.
You know, you're very special. All you do for me. You feed me the finest food. You entertain me, excite me. You even dazzle me. Give me all I could ask for. You know, we should have started living together a long time ago.
If you love the city, it's time to see more of each other and begin with a visit to Loring Green, the best move you can make.
I used to be a lousy cook until I got a hold of Heinz 57 sauce. It's more than a great steak sauce. On the back of these bottles is my entire recipe collection. Great American meatloaf, sweet and sour pork chops. This is tangy chicken. Heinz 57 gives it a tangy flavor you can't get from any other sauce. With Heinz 57, even I can be a culinary success. Try Heinz 57 sauce. It's more than a steak sauce, a heck of a lot more.
Prestige announces the start of the season sale on our hottest new cars. Factory fresh 1988 Lincoln Town Cars, 88 Grand Marquis, exciting 88 Merkur Scorpios. Nobody discounts these cars, not even the factory. But we are right now. We'll take $3,000 off Town Cars, $2,000 off Grand Marquis, $2,500 off Scorpios. Why buy an 87 leftover? Take advantage of these incredible discounts. Only through Monday. Only at Prestige Lincoln Mercury Merkur, Highway 12, 1 mile west of 100.
You know, some people might worry because the Twins lost 3 games in Chicago, but why worry? Nobody else is doing anything. So, I mean, it's a team of destiny. I mean,
I think you're right. The Twins are going to win it because there's no one else out there that's good enough to beat them. That's one thing for sure. It's a good thing the Twins are leaving Chicago, though. In 3 games in the Windy City, the Twins went from bad to worse to just plain pitiful. The Twins lost to the White Sox last night, 13-10, but the score doesn't tell just how bad it really was. The Twins did get off to a great start. Second pitch of the game, that's Danny Gladden, and he'll lift one over the fence in left field. The Twins were out to a 3-1 lead, but Mike Smithson had another shaky outing here. Ozzie Guillen doubles down the right field line to drive in a run. The Sox scored 5 in the 5th and 7 in the 7th. Here, Harold Baines crushes one off of Keith Atherton. It's a 2-run homer, 16 hits in all for the Sox today. The Twins chipped away at that big lead, but not enough as they lost it 13-10. It's not all bad news for the Twins. While they're happy to be coming home, they are joyous after doing some scoreboard watching last night. Nobody wants to win this thing in the West. Look at that. Kansas City and Oakland both lost last night, so the Twins still lead by 3.5. In the East, Toronto over Baltimore, Detroit over Boston. Those two teams are dead even. Milwaukee over New York 5-4. National League, the Cards hold on to their game-and-a-half lead with an 8-5 win over Pittsburgh. New York over Montreal, big. And San Francisco has it locked up in the West with a 7-1 win over Houston. In less than a week, the NFL will go on strike. That's unless the management and players make some major strides in negotiations. The owners have shot down the latest contract proposal, saying it would cost them an additional $200 million. Here's Viking player rep Steve Jordan with a reaction.
We made some concessions. We threw it out to them, and if they rejected it, then obviously it makes the threat of a strike even more inevitable.
The North Stars opened their preseason Saturday in Winnipeg, but they got a little bit of a dress rehearsal in last night in Eden Prairie. It was an intra-squad game. And coming up right here, a goal by former Gopher Pat Micheletti. The Stars are preparing for their season opener, which is October 8th in Buffalo. And here we see the goal by Pat the Rat. There was some bad news yesterday for the Stars. Their #1 draft choice from 1984, David Quinn, was forced to retire. Quinn has a rare blood disorder, which makes it impossible to play pro hockey. Later on in sports, Sports Reel.
Uh-oh. Which Micheletti
Thursday
is this
mornings.
now? Which Micheletti is this? Is this the youngest one?
Yeah,
do
I
you know?
think it's the youngest one. A long line.
They just keep coming, you
The
know.
one that just played at the U and had all the scoring records.
All right. Thanks, Joe. The time right now is 6:17 and it's 62 degrees. Next on Eyewitness News Morning, we'll tell you how some homeowners may qualify for low-interest home improvement loans. There we go.
And the Pope's on his way up the coast. Yesterday spoke to a full house at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. That and more when we return.
Imagine if they made omelets in heaven.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
In heaven, you could have a pizza omelet,
Hallelujah.
a seafood omelet, or a spinach and mushroom omelet. And you'd get your choice of a fresh-baked muffin or pancakes.
Hallelujah.
You don't have to go to heaven to get a meal this good. Just go to Perkins. Tummy heaven.
It just isn't a circus without animals, and you'll find all kinds of them at this year's exclusive Zura Shrine Circus. The baby elephants are a ton of fun. The ferocious African lions will leave you breathless, and the clever canines and chipper chimps will keep you in stitches. All this and more await you at Met Center Bloomington Wednesday, September 16th through Sunday, September 20th. Order tickets now at Met Center 853-9300 from all Dayton stores, Shrine Club, or in person at the Met Center box office.
There it is, the Giant, home of $49 down and no payments for 6 months. Just 3.5 miles north of Viking Chevrolet is Blaine Dodge, where the bottom line is a satisfied customer. At Blaine Dodge, if we can't meet or beat any price from the other guys, we'll give you $500. Blaine Dodge, 3.5 miles north of Viking Chevrolet. If you were going to call the hotline, the number's been changed to 780-9999.
62 degrees, and right now it is 6:19. Let's check on the traffic conditions with Marianne Sullivan. It's going to be a little slippery out there today, Marianne.
Good morning, and you're right. Use some caution this morning. We've had some rain falling and some fog to report in some of the low-lying areas. And traffic is building all around the metro. 35E from 694 to I-94 in St. Paul. Traffic moderate to moderately heavy. On the crosstown, things are moving very well, however, between 35W and Highway 100 and moving at 50 to 55 miles per hour. I'm Marianne Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
Thanks, Marianne. With fall almost here and winter on the way, it's time to think about heating bills. You can get help from the state in making your house more energy efficient. The state has $14 million worth of low-interest loans for home energy improvements. You can call these phone numbers for more information. In the Twin Cities area, you can call 296-7615, and outside the Twin Cities, you can call 1-800-652-9747 and ask for home energy loans. That's a lot of money available for those loans.
Reckon that would think that'd cover a leaky roof?
I think so. I think so.
There may be some of those.
Today.
Yeah, today, well, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
You know what? I don't mind the rain for a couple of days.
I personally
all
love
right.
it. I mean, I like the sunshine, but every once in a while, I like a string of cloudy days with rain.
All you weather people are the same, aren't you? You know? Sunshiny skies, no, I want a thunderstorm.
Something to watch on the radar and satellite pictures. Okay, we're in the soup this morning because there's a low pressure sitting over northern Iowa that's moved very slowly to the northeast from the Central Plains. This is the same low pressure that was sitting over Kansas, central Kansas, yesterday morning. There's a stationary front just out to the west of that. There will be a low pressure developing over the Dakotas that will keep us in the soup at least the next 48 hours, if not a little longer, meaning into Saturday. Now, satellite pictures show that we have pretty much cloudy skies with some fog over southern Minnesota, central Minnesota. Some breaks in the clouds later on today may give the northern, extreme northern portion of the state a little bit of sunshine right along the north shore there. Other than that, we should remain under mostly cloudy skies. Radar, too, showing quite a bit of rain. This has increased in aerial coverage over the last hour, 2 hours. Light rain, mostly light rain, stretching from northwestern Wisconsin to the north side of the metro area with a few scattered showers out to the west. All of this is moving to the west with that counterclockwise circulation from that low, moving to the west at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. Now, that low pressure to the south of us in Iowa should be moving through the Great Lakes, but that developing low pressure out to the west will be bringing a cool front through tomorrow, and that will, of course, mean some scattered showers even on the backside of that front. So by midday today, we have light rain, some fog, drizzle, 66 degrees. This afternoon, occasional rain, mostly cloudy skies, and 68. For tonight, the rain continues on again, off again, with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Winds will be out of the north to northwest, 5 to 15 miles an hour. And for tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a few scattered showers. In fact, actually, there's a good chance of that. And 62 to 66. On Saturday, still a few showers and some sunshine back in the forecast toward the end of the weekend.
We will take it, the sunshine, that is.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Karen. Here's a look at the top stories today. The U.S. Constitution's 200th year was celebrated a day early throughout the nation. President Reagan climbed the Capitol steps to lead a national pledge of allegiance. About 20,000 Washington area school kids joined the president in celebrating the Constitution's bicentennial, which is today. Supreme Court nominee Robert Bork goes before the Senate Judiciary Committee again today for the third and final time. At yesterday's hearings, Bork defended his often controversial views, saying he's not afraid to be in the minority. The Pope's U.S. tour takes him to the coast of California today, to Monterey. He will be greeted there by one of the area's best-known mayors, Clint Eastwood. Last night, the pontiff spoke to more than 60,000 people at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. The Ford Motor Company and the United Auto Workers Union may be getting close to a new contract agreement. Officials say the main issue is job security, and that is almost settled. The bargaining is taking place, however, without Union President Owen Bieber. He is hospitalized with abdominal pains. Also hospitalized is Henry Ford II, former chairman of Ford Motor Company and grandson of the company's founder. He's listed in critical condition with pneumonia at a hospital in Detroit. Ford is 70 years old. The time right now is 6:24. It is 62 degrees. You know, sometimes it seems like most of the mail in the mailbox is junk mail.
Next, Neil Murray is here on your behalf to warn you away from some of those too good to be true offers when Eyewitness News Morning continues.
If you've waited to buy a new car,
you need to see your Greater Metropolitan Pontiac dealers and see why Pontiac may be your best value. See the new front-wheel drive Sunbird SE Coupe starting at only $79.79. See Pontiac 6000, the world-class car that outsold every import car in its class last year. See them now while you can get 1.9% financing or up to $700 cash back on every new Pontiac in stock. A limited time offer, so see your Greater Metropolitan Pontiac dealers now. If you wait, you may be too late.
I'd never try a microwave hamburger, because my burger's gotta be real. Real beef on a real bun, and my cheeseburger's gotta have real cheese. Now that's a real cheeseburger.
That's a Micro Magic microwave cheeseburger.
Well, you'll never get me to try a microwave French fries.
Try new Micro Magic hamburgers and cheeseburgers with Micro Magic French fries. They're better than fast. They're delicious.
Wake up! In the On Your Behalf office again with Office Manager Deborah Hawkins. And all of these letters she's bunched together here because we're trying to get them out of here. We get so many of them, and she's categorizing multi-level marketing plans. Folks write their own little letters in here with some of these. I'll tell you something basically about multi-level marketing plans. In this state, if it reaches the 5th level, I think that's questionable under the laws of the state, right?
Yes.
It's a ripoff. It's against the law because pyramids are doomed to fail. And you don't know when you're becoming involved with it, and chances are you're going to get ripped off. Don't do it. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So don't do it. That's simple. Contests, puzzles, crosswords, pay money with each puzzle you send back. Is there a ripoff involved here?
Well, a lot of the people that I've talked to over the phone now about these have played these and keep sending money, keep sending in their puzzles. They're not winning anything, and I think that people are just kind of disillusioned, and of course they're out more and more money.
If you pay money to take a chance on something in Minnesota, we don't have a lottery. That's kind of against the law, right?
Yes, it
Well, it's
is.
not kind of. It is against the law. Contests, puzzles, crosswords, all those kinds of things, they're against the law. Games of chance. There you go. Companies offering to have Social Security changed or obtained. Now, I remember months ago we did something on this.
Yes, we did. This is a different company, and the brochure here that they're sending out looks a little more Washington and official and that, but it's basically the same service that they're providing as they were a few months back. They will do all of the paperwork and get a Social Security number for you or a new dependent. But as we said before...
This is for lazy people. If you don't feel like going, because you can do it locally, okay?
Right.
You want to get a card for a new baby, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have to let these folks do it. I understand they will do it, but if you want to spend $10, if you're that lazy, you can do that. Are we running out of time here? Or are we in good shape?
I think so.
We're running. We have so many more letters and stuff we'd like to do in bulk like this because we want you to know that we are concerned about everything you send in here, and we're concerned about you getting to work on time, too. Catch you.
It's time for September savings at Mills Fleet Farm.
Time to think ahead and save on quality brand name merchandise for the months to come.
Save $5 off our everyday low prices on a huge selection of ladies' winter coats and jackets. And keep yourself looking smooth with Hanes underalls, now just $1.59.
Or enjoy a Magnavox or Panasonic wireless remote VCR. Both are cable ready and 14-day 4-event programmable. Your choice, just $269.99.
So come save a lot.
Shop for hundreds of fall specials now during September savings at Mills Fleet Farm.
At Town & Country Dodge, our year-end closeout sale continues with our Move 'em Out truck sale.
That's right, Debbie. We've discounted all our 87 Ram pickups and wagons, plus our Ram Chargers, Dakotas, whatever we got.
Now through Monday, you can buy this 87 D150 full-size pickup that lists for over $11,000, now for only $79.99.
That ought to move them out, Debbie.
Come see us at Town & Country Dodge, 1 mile east of 494 on Highway 7 in Hopkins. We'll give you the best deal in town.
And you have our word on it.
What if you could treat quackgrass this fall and still have control 2 cropping seasons from now? We guarantee you can with Roundup herbicide. Just apply 1 quart per acre of Roundup this fall following application guidelines. We guarantee you'll have 85% control 2 growing seasons from now, or the Roundup to treat again is free. This guarantee applies only this fall, so see your certified custom applicator now. You know, Roundup is ideal for acres coming out of government programs, too.
Band looked really neat, and at school they told me I could learn to play the trumpet.
Yamaha Band and Orchestra instruments preferred by great artists, educators, and students throughout the world.
We got my trumpet from Schmidt's. My parents like the trial playing because we can always return it. And Schmidt's has lessons, music, everything you need right there.
Schmidt's Band and Orchestra Instruments, backed by a tradition of service since 1896.
I did it. Band's really great.
Eyewitness News Morning continues with Bob Bruce and Wendy Lubavitch.
It is 6:30, 62 degrees here in the Twin Cities.
And welcome back to the second half hour of Eyewitness News Morning. A hostile takeover bid of the G. Heilemann Brewing Company in Wisconsin is being thwarted by the Wisconsin State Assembly.
And Northwest Airlines has filed a $20 million lawsuit against the airline's largest workers' union. The suit alleges that union workers are involved in an illegal work slowdown.
And a man police were holding in connection with the death of a Bloomington woman is being freed. But first, a woman accidentally shot herself in the hip this morning when she rolled over on a loaded .22 rifle in her bed. Minneapolis police say they had to break down the door to reach her. The woman called 911 on her bedside phone about 1:30 this morning. A Hennepin County Medical Center spokesman says the woman is out of surgery and in satisfactory condition now. Police say they still don't know why she was sleeping with a loaded rifle.
A lot of rain today in our weather forecast, and that could mean some hazardous driving on your way into work. Let's check in with Marianne Sullivan at Metro Traffic Control.
Good morning. We still have the green light on the system, and a reminder for you, 169 at the Champlain Bridge is still single lane both directions through there. It's an emergency bridge repair that's going to be going on for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Plan an alternate route to avoid the heavy traffic. 694 westbound Central Avenue to the River Bridge. Some heavy traffic this morning, already moving at 30 miles per hour. I'm Marianne Sullivan, Metro Traffic Control, reporting live for Eyewitness News.
Bring the umbrella, bring the boots, bring the rain bonnet. That's what my mother would bring, the rain bonnet.
Rain bonnet, yes, a rain coat today. That drizzle just seems to fly around and get everything wet. At least in a light rain shower, you can use an umbrella and stay relatively dry. Well, now, yesterday, there was some severe weather in the country, and it stretched from Oklahoma and Texas through Missouri, even into southern Wisconsin, where yesterday afternoon they reported a few funnel clouds. Well, this afternoon, the heaviest thunderstorms, quite possibly severe, will be along the Texas Gulf Coast through Louisiana into North Florida. Some of those thunderstorms will spread into northern Florida a little bit later on this afternoon and tonight. Quite a bit of rain across the upper Midwest. Chicago will see rain at 75 degrees this afternoon. That rain will spread on into the northeast through Pennsylvania and portions of New York. This is the same area that was just saturated this past weekend, and additional rain is probably not welcome. Mostly cloudy skies along the eastern slopes of the Rockies, so Denver will see nothing but clouds at 68 degrees this afternoon. A little bit of sunshine at San Diego was comfortably mid-70s this afternoon. Well, now across the upper Midwest, the rain will stay there. We've seen this area of rain increasing in aerial coverage as well as intensity over the last couple of hours, still stretching from northwestern Wisconsin to the north side of the metro area. A little patch of moderate rain there just to the north of the Twin Cities. Scattered showers still over the west central portion of the state, all of this moving to the west at 20 to 25 miles an hour. So right now in the Twin Cities, we have drizzle, light fog, and mostly cloudy skies. Some light rain on the north side of the metro area. 62 degrees our temperature. The dew point is 60. The relative humidity is 93%. Winds are out of the north at 10 miles an hour, and the pressure is rising. Yesterday morning at this time, we were talking about low pressure sitting over central Kansas. This morning, it's sitting over Iowa, and by tomorrow, it will be over the eastern Great Lakes and getting weaker as it moves farther to the east. A developing low pressure, however, over the Dakotas today will move across the upper Midwest tomorrow. And that, of course, will mean light rain for much of the upper Midwest. For midday today, we have the light rain and drizzle and some fog in there, 66 degrees. This afternoon, mostly cloudy, occasional rain, and 68 degrees. The rain continues tonight with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s, and tomorrow, mostly cloudy, a good chance of scattered showers with temperatures 62 to 66. And I would say right now, late Saturday afternoon, or perhaps even as late as Sunday before we see some clearing, significant clearing to get the sunglasses out.
Okay, thank you, Karen. A new suspect has been arrested in the murder of a Bloomington woman. Sherry Syverson was stabbed to death in her apartment last Monday. At that time, Bloomington police took into custody their prime suspect, Terry Michael Sundet. However, yesterday, police arrested a new suspect, James Tracy Slowinski, a neighbor of Syverson. Terry Sundet has been cleared of any wrongdoing and is scheduled to be released this morning. Pat Milan has the story.
This is Pat Milan. On Monday, Bloomington police told the news media that they had a prime suspect in the murder of Sherry Syverson.
His name is Terry Michael Sundet.
I can't deny that right now he would also be considered as our primary suspect.
But 2 days later, Sundet has been cleared of wrongdoing, although he remains in jail because of unrelated court warrants. From the jail, Terry Sundet told us tonight that he is not upset with the police or reporters about his name being publicized. Sundet says everyone was just doing their jobs. During his time in jail, he says he admits he was worried about being wrongly convicted of the Severson murder.
Well, I was just waiting for the final outcome, you know, if it had to go to court and what the final verdict would have been. It was all that was on my mind.
Sundet says he had no knowledge of the murder whatsoever.
First off, I was not connected with this case other than she was a girlfriend and acquaintance of mine.
The soon-to-be-released man says he is not worried about what people will say after seeing him listed as a murder suspect. He only worries about what this put his family through, and he is grieving for his friend, Sherry Severson.
Yes, I'm upset about that, and I have to hang up now.
Bloomington police say Sundet will be released from jail in the morning. I'm Pat Milan reporting for Eyewitness News Morning.
Sherry Severson's funeral is scheduled for later today. A 35-year-old New York woman was crushed to death yesterday when an escalator opened up beneath her and pulled her in. Police say she walked onto the escalator, went a few feet, and then the step she was standing on gave way, causing her to fall through the escalator about 3 or 4 feet. Officials say 30 people were injured in an accident on the same escalator 5 years ago. No one knows what caused yesterday's accident in New York City.
In Wisconsin, a federal bankruptcy judge has thrown out a bid for the Telemark Resort. The bid was submitted Tuesday night by a Wisconsin firm. The judge says that bid for $1.3 million was too low. Instead, a bid for $2.3 million was accepted from a Tennessee developer. Early this morning, a conference committee of the Wisconsin legislature passed an anti-takeover bill. The bill was prompted by an unfriendly takeover attempt of the G. Heilemann Brewing Company. Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson is expected to sign that bill today.
Home mortgage rates continue to steadily rise. 1986 was a great year for realtors, and 87 is proved to be almost as good. But as rates inch upward, it will affect both buyers and sellers. In the last 3 weeks, interest rates on conventional fixed-rate mortgages have hit the highest level in more than a year. Fixed-rate loans are now hovering at 11%. That makes adjustable rates even more attractive. If you would like the latest rates from local banks, you can call CityLine at 645-6060, enter category 5000. A Senate Agricultural Subcommittee is trying to find new ways to raise more money for farm mortgages. The subcommittee has tentatively adopted a measure that will create a vehicle to raise more funds for farm lending by pooling and selling mortgages as securities.
Northwest Airlines is blaming its biggest union for its recent problems, and it's suing for $20 million. But as Kevin Berger reports, the union says it will not be the scapegoat.
Complaints by Northwest passengers are legion, and satisfaction with the airline seems at an all-time low.
There's a lot of people that I work with that fly all the time, and they just refuse to fly Northwest until they can get whatever problems they have ironed out. They won't take the flight. They'll schedule around it because they're not going to get there on time anyhow.
But according to this lawsuit, the problem is Northwest's 20,000 union machinists who've been tangling with the company since the merger. The airline suit charges that, among other things, those employees conduct deliberate work slowdowns while performing tasks from baggage handling to aircraft maintenance. Northwest alleges machinists refuse overtime to back the airline up and routinely remove or destroy baggage tags as part of the mischief-making. And it's these problems that give Northwest its deteriorating reputation, say top officials.
I think when we solve this problem that this is going to be one of the most efficient airlines in the world.
Northwest spokesmen contend the union actions are designed to force the company to give in to demands at the bargaining table.
We know that there is a definite movement to embarrass the company, to inconvenience thousands of passengers a day, and we simply cannot tolerate it.
Union President Guy Cook calls the suit ridiculous and insists Northwest's problems are in its front office, not its union workforce.
Management has continually tried to blame one labor union or another on the property for the difficulties in this merger. All the passenger complaints are because of labor's problems. All the cancellations are labor's problems. Well, they're not. They're management problems.
The charges and countercharges may be but a prelude of what's to come. The machinist's contract expires next spring, and already there's some strike talk. Machinist President Guy Cook told me, if they want an all-out war, we're prepared to give it to them. For Eyewitness News Morning, I'm Kevin Berger.
6:39, 62 degrees.
On a Thursday morning, Sue Bauman is up next from the Ramsey County Humane Society. She brought along a dog for adoption. This is the cutest little dog you've ever seen. That's coming up next.
Nice home, isn't it? Well, it does have a few problems. Insects, mice, and other unwanted pests. You know, that's not unusual. Many homes can get pests. When folks give Bradley Exterminating a call for help, we offer them fast service with no fuss and no muss at a very reasonable cost. If you have a problem at your home, give Bradley Exterminating a call. If we listed the fine homes just like yours that we've serviced, you'd be amazed. Give us a chance to amaze you. Call Bradley Exterminating in the Twin Cities area, 861-4161.
Car buyers, you wished, you waited, you won. Now at Wilkins Dodge City, $39 down buys great closeout deals on any new Dodge in stock. $39 down at Wilkins today buys D50 4x4s for $196 per month. New Colt 4-doors for $165 per month. Full-size D100 4x4s for $241 per month. Or luxurious Lancers for $198 per month. All with just $39 down. Now at Wilkins Dodge City, University and Lexington, St. Paul.
You know, you're very special. All you do for me. You feed me the finest food. You entertain me, excite me. You even dazzle me. Give me all I could ask for. You know, we should have started living together a long time ago.
If you love the city, it's time to see more of each other and begin with a visit to Loring Green, the best move you can make.
I'm here at the Burlington Coat Factory to find out why women love shopping here.
There's super savings here. Very impressed with your designer collection.
The coats are fantastic. The sportswear department is really nice. They have name brand things at good low prices.
The prices are excellent. I would say they're probably almost half of what I see in the stores.
I've never seen this many coats before. Okay. Yeah, I just love it.
Saving selections and famous brands. That's what Burlington Coat Factory is all about.
Sue Bauman is here from the Ramsey County Humane Society to talk about a couple of things. First of all, rabies, as far as rabies shots for our dogs. There's some concern that maybe they're not being given properly, or?
Well, I guess what I understand is that one of the rabies shots that has been given is normally done in the muscle. And Norden Labs was approved to have it done under the skin, and that's not working. And you should check with your veterinarian if you've had, your dog had a rabies shot and it was given under the skin, they need to be revaccinated.
All right, now, first of all, who do we have here? This is obviously a trained attack dog, big for protection, and who do we have here?
This is Roscoe. And Roscoe's up for adoption at the Humane Society. He's a 7-year-old neutered male, and he came in with his brother, and his brother's already been adopted, and he's still waiting, and he's on
waiting
special.
for a good home.
That's right.
Now, we want to talk about teeth, and old Roscoe, he's got some pretty good teeth there.
Right, he's got quite an underbite here. It's important to remember that your dog has teeth, and they have to be taken care of just like people's teeth do.
Now, I mean, do you have to floss every day, or?
You don't have to go quite that far. Okay. Your veterinarian can clean your dog's teeth on a yearly basis. They get a buildup of plaque on their teeth. You can also help take care of your dog's teeth by using a baking soda solution and washing them with a cloth or a soft child's toothbrush.
Now, actually, I mean, you know, grabbing their...
Yeah, you can just get right under there, let your dog get used to the feel of your fingers.
And of course, all dogs really love to have that done, don't they?
That's right. You should really start out when they're a puppy.
If you don't take care of the teeth of your dog, can there be problems? I mean, they lose their teeth like humans, I guess?
Yeah, they have to have their teeth pulled, and they have gum disease and all the other things that people do, too.
So we should make sure that they eat properly, not a lot of sweets, and
That's right. That's right.
And this dog is available for adoption, correct?
Right.
All right, and you can, of course, find out about adopting little Roscoe here by simply calling 645-PETS after 10 o'clock this morning. All right, Roscoe, good boy. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Did you know at the all-new Southview Chevrolet Jeep here in Inver Grove Heights, we got a giant car and truck sale? We got something for everybody. You're in luck right now. As a matter of fact, if you want a truck, we've got over 100 used trucks for you to choose from. How about this 85 Ford Ranger pickup? Or if you want a car, look at this. We got an 85 Chevrolet Celebrity. $44 down, $134 a month, or $49.44. If you want some more, you got to come on down and see us. Southview, call us.
I'd never try a microwave hamburger, because my burger's gotta be real. Real beef on a real bun, and my cheeseburger's gotta have real cheese. Now that's a real cheeseburger.
That's a Micro Magic microwave cheeseburger.
Well, you'll never get me to try a microwave French fries.
Try new Micro Magic hamburgers and cheeseburgers with Micro Magic French fries. They're better than fast. They're delicious.
For decades, people have been embroiled in a raging debate. Some insisted Mounds was the ideal candy bar. Others championed the nutty qualities of Almond Joy. However, the vast majority insisted they were both equally irresistible. Then along came the delicious York Peppermint Patty. And today there's the luscious creamy Caramello bar. Now, there were 4 incredible taste sensations. The public's desire has grown to epic proportion. But don't panic, because your favorite stores have gathered together all 4 in one remarkable display, pictured here for your viewing pleasure. But wait, there's more. Now you can get double cash savings on snack-size bags. What are double cash savings? 1, this coupon good for not 5, not 10, but 25 cents off. 2, when you buy any 3 bags, you can get a big refund. How big? An entire, made in America, by Americans, dollar. Just look for this insert in your Sunday newspaper. Then find this display at the following stores, but hurry, because a deal this week won't last for long.
Joe Schmidt here. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, and it's a good morning for the Twins,
It
too.
is.
They're still in first place by 3.5 games. The Twins are off today, but come to think of it, I guess you could say they were off last night. Puckett, Gaetti, and Herbig were on the bench. The Twins were bopped by the White Sox last night, 13-10. It really wasn't pretty, and the score is not as good as it looked. This 2-run home run by Harold Baines is one of 16 hits by the Sox. The Sox scored 12 runs in 2 innings. The Twins did make a pretty good comeback, but they came up a little bit short, 13-10. But the Twins are getting some breaks in that pennant race. That's because the Chasers are doing some losing, too. Here's the standings. Both KC and Oakland lost last night, so that means the Twins are still 3.5 games ahead, and their magic number is down to 13. The Twins are off today, but on Friday they start a 9-game homestand against the Cleveland Indians. We could be watching a bunch of stiffs playing football in the NFL real soon. The owners turned down the latest proposal by the players, and the strike is now looking more and more inevitable. That's the bad news this morning. Here's some good news. Oh, yeah, yes, sir. That means only one thing. Sports Reel is now a regular on Thursday mornings here on
wonderful.
Channel 5.
Wonderful.
Hey, what are you doing later? I'm going home to watch Sports Reel. It's a jolly good show.
All righty, let's take another graceful step into this week's Sports Reel. Some strange happenings at the ballpark this week. This is what you would call a strike on the outside corner. Ouch. The Twins had an unexpected visitor in one of their ball games last week, and old Peter Rabbit caught the eye of at least one spectator at the game.
Wow! What a hunk of feminine ultra-cutie!
Meanwhile, back at the Dome, Twins fever continues to cause some traffic problems. But don't fret, folks. The city is bringing in someone to reduce the traffic around the Dome.
Mongo! Santa Maria!
Moving on to our non-hit of the week. Must have been a little bit windy that day. Now to the big news of the week. Our second inductee into our infamous, or infamous if you prefer, Sports Reel Hall of Fame. A special inductee this time, Sports Reel's founding father, Mr. Robert Bruce. Bob has left Sports Reel and is now all tangled up in being a talk show host. But Bob is still keeping his foot in sports. In fact, he's already predicted who'll win the American League West.
Kansas City, here I come.
Hopefully, the Royals' future in the pennant race is about as good as Bob's in the music business.
Well, that's the general consensus of the people in the neighborhood.
I think that's a general consensus on the set.
Something was wrong with that audio, because I know I can sing much better than that.
I was there when you were singing that. You had a cold that day. Wendy, we were the backup group.
Yeah, we're singing backup.
Yeah, we did not show the backup group, and that's what we will show next week on Sports Radio.
You think so, huh?
Stay tuned for that. 6:50 right now. Boy, I'll tell you, where are we going with this thing today, folks? We'll be back with a weather forecast from Karen Falloon that'll make you extremely happy if you happen to be a mallard duck.
And also, we're going to tell you about an interesting Fargo couple. That's coming up next on Eyewitness News Morning.
In all the world, there's only one way to travel, the Uniglobe way. No other travel agent is as professional, as well-trained. No other travel agent cares more for your travel needs. That's why Uniglobe is the largest travel agency franchise network in all the world. One world, one you, one travel agent, Uniglobe.
My master has the very latest of everything. There he is with his new snapper pack and sack. Most advanced grass catcher on Earth. Comes only on most advanced mower, high vac. Built up space-age polymer to last. Holds 1/3 more clippings. Even tells you when it's full. Easy to empty. Slides like a drawer. Bags clippings right in machine. Very clean. Master loves his new snapper pack and sack. I think I'm a little jealous.
Get a snapper today with Snap Credit.
At MedCenter's Health Plan, we cover you for routine physicals. We cover you for visits to the doctor's office. We cover you for hospital stays and much, much more. While some other plans, maybe even your plan, try to get by with much, much less. MedCenter's Health Plan. Your coverage better be this good.
There it is, the Giant, home of $49 down and no payments for 6 months. Just 3.5 miles north of Viking Chevrolet is Blaine Dodge, where the bottom line is a satisfied customer. At Blaine Dodge, if we can't meet or beat any price from the other guys, we'll give you $500. Blaine Dodge, 3.5 miles north of Viking Chevrolet. If you were going to call the hotline, the number's been changed to 780-9999.
Karen Falloon here, a little on the rainy side today. It's a rainy day, not a Monday, but sort of feels the same.
Right. Well,
Wipe that smile off your face.
Well, now, if rainy days aren't your thing, perhaps this next piece of news might be. We have noticed over the last couple of weeks the pollen levels continue to drop, and they have been throughout the week. In the medium range, the pollen levels have been falling. Now, the forecast for today, that pollen levels have finally dropped into the low range, and this is after several weeks in the high range during the month of August into September. So that's the one piece of good news that I have. Now, since midnight, we've been taking pictures of the radar, and we have noticed that the rain has continued increasing over central Minnesota, just to the north of the metro area. The rain has hardly stopped in portions of northwestern Wisconsin during the night, and as all this moved eastward, there was some rainfall at St. Cloud, and they racked up just a little over ½ an inch, while just a trace at the Twin Cities International Airport. Right now on the radar, the rain still extends from northwestern Wisconsin to the north side of the metro area and continues moving to the east or to the west at about 20 to 25 miles an hour. It's moving to the west today because that low pressure with that counterclockwise circulation continues over Iowa this morning. Now, this is the low that was over Kansas. It moved to the northeast. It's going to continue moving to the northeast and weaken. We will see, however, a low pressure developing over the Dakotas today, move across the upper Midwest tomorrow, and that, of course, will mean rain in the forecast for at least the next 48 hours, maybe into Saturday. We'll see. For midday today, though, light rain and drizzle, some fog, and 66 degrees. This afternoon, Occasional rain with 68, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. Tonight the rain continues with temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Winds will be slightly out of the northwest, and then tomorrow mostly cloudy with scattered showers and temperatures 62 to 66, so it will be just a bit cooler. On Saturday, showers still in the forecast with temperatures again in the 60s, and on Sunday morning we drop into the 40s, so it's going to cool off a little bit as the skies begin to clear up.
All right. What can you say? What can you say? It's about, well, 6:54 right now, 6 minutes before 7. If you have to be out of the house by 7, you better hurry, but don't hurry while you're driving on your way to work. Let's check in with Mary Ann Sullivan at Metro Traffic Control.
And we'll keep the green light on the system as things continue to move smoothly around the Metro. And some good news. The DOT calling us moments ago and informing us that 169 at the Champlain Bridge has now opened. They have all lanes open for traffic, and they hope to keep it that way until they open the brand new 610 bridge, which is scheduled to open October 10th. And once they do that, then they'll head back to the Champlain Bridge to finish their emergency repairs. But again, 169 at the Champlain Bridge, everything is open and traffic once again moving smoothly. However, 694 eastbound from Highway 100 to the River Bridge, you're going to find traffic very heavy and slow. 694 westbound from Matterhorn to the River Bridge, traffic heavy, slow and go, stop and go as well, moving at 20 to 30 miles per hour this morning. One accident reported Highway 95 west of Chisago City, a rollover accident with injuries, and the State Patrol is en route to check that. And another problem, 63rd at University. The traffic lights are malfunctioning, and that's causing a slowdown for traffic. I'm Mary Ann Sullivan reporting live for Eyewitness News.
Here's a look at the headlines this morning. Terry Michael Sundet, the man police were holding as a suspect in connection with the murder of a Bloomington woman, will be released today. A new suspect has been taken into custody and may be charged Friday in connection with the stabbing death of Sherry Severson. Elsewhere in the news, Soviet Prime Minister Shevardnadze was the guest of honor last night at a state dinner hosted by Secretary of State George Shultz. Shevardnadze says he's optimistic about the possibility of another superpower summit. The two will meet for a final round of talks today. Supreme Court nominee Robert Bork returns for his final day of confirmation hearings today. Yesterday, Bork told the Senate Judiciary Committee how some of his views have moderated over the years, but that this change was in no way related to personal gain, such as to win confirmation to a judgeship. Festivities for the bicentennial of the U.S. Constitution kicked off in a big way yesterday, one day before the actual date. President Reagan led a national pledge of allegiance from the steps of the Capitol. About 20,000 Washington area school kids took part in the festivities.
Well, here in Minnesota, a number of constitutional events are planned as well. This afternoon at the state capitol in St. Paul, there will be a special ringing of the bell ceremony. There will be a presentation of a bound copy of the U.S. Constitution, as well as a presentation of arms. And at the Hennepin County Government Center today at noon, there will be a constitutional birthday party complete with music, balloons, and, yes, cake. And at the Roseville City Hall this afternoon around 3, there will be dedication ceremonies for a permanent monument to the Constitution. Community church bells will be ringing at that time. Bob.
Here's our family story of the day. If I told you that Beth Schooneman of Fargo, North Dakota recently gave birth to a set of twins, well, you probably wouldn't be very surprised. After all, giving birth to twins isn't that uncommon. However, it is a bit unusual when you consider that for Beth and her husband John, it's the second set of twins in the last 13 months. The proud new parents know they're going to be busy in the years ahead, but they say that they don't mind at all.
I don't have any reservations. I think it might be rough for a few years, but later on it's going to be quite a lot of fun.
Well, it'll be hectic, but it'll be fun most of the time, and it'll work out okay. Pretty soon they'll be all grown, and then we'll probably be lonely.
I think the key sentence there, it'll be fun most of the time. Joe?
In sports today, the Twins are off after going 2-4 on this latest road trip. They open a 3-game series tomorrow night at the Dome against Cleveland. It's the start of a 9-game homestand. And if you're a Packer fan, it could be a long, long year. Sunday against the Denver Broncos, the Packers will start rookie 10th-round draft choice Don Majkowski in place of Randy Wright at quarterback. Karen?
Okay, we have a lot of soup out there today. In fact, as Bob put it a little earlier, just yucky. We have light rain and drizzle and fog this morning with occasional rain this afternoon.